手先消毒。
咁嘅心好舒服啊！如果我講你呢，就知道講到人。
这块没什么人呢，这块。这边是一些游客吗？这边。
March down here, put down the Mexican flag, and proclaim this is the territory of the United States. So that was how it began. So before that, the Spaniards were here. And in 1821, they took control of this area and they restricted trade. Trade meaning like from Asia or from Europe, Russia. So all the vessels would park outside about 2 blocks away from here and they would come here. This is almost like a downtown of San Francisco back then. And this is where everything began. But before then, the Ohlone people, the indigenous people were here. They were here 4,000 years ago. And when the Spanish came, life changed forever. And it just, they were fishermen, they were farmers, and afterward, after the Spanish came, the trades were allowed to come here, and what happened in 1849? 1849 in San Francisco, gold rush. So a lot of people started coming here, and so also the Chinese were recruited to come here. So back then, China, in halfway across the world, in 1800, there were a lot of civil unrest. There were famines, natural disasters, earthquakes, and so forth, and people were getting restless. So they want to find a place to come and make money. And so they were recruited here to work as a laborer or later in a railroad and so forth. And so the Chinese were here as far back as the Revolutionary War. And that was in the East Coast. And so they were here 1849, and they settled here in San Francisco. This is the second largest settlement outside of New York City, okay? And the majority of the people who came here came from this part of China. It's called a Pearl River Delta. This is coming from Guangdong or China, Macau, and area. These are the rural or poor area. So the majority of the people who came here were young. They're not educated, and they come here to look for work. And their intention is not to stay here. So they're here to make money and hoping that they will make enough money, they will send back to China, and they will retire here. So their intention is not to stay here. Most of them were men, and they come here just to make a living. And so that's why, as a result, you'll see the formation of Chinatown, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. Okay? Any questions or? Yes.
Is that what Cantonese is the language?
Yes, the majority of the people who came from that region speak Cantonese. Yes. Okay, let's bring over there to the center square.